Even 70 years ago, many dead bodies were floating in this Sea of China every day. They tried to swim from China to Hong Kong, hoping for a better life. In China, people could not eat twice a day. Education was a crime. Special permission was required to go to school. Communism was slowly destroying China. But then, something happened that, in just 40 years, China became the second largest economy in the world. Napoleon said, "China is a sleeping giant. The day it wakes up, the whole world will shake." Today, China's GDP is $18 trillion. Shanghai, Shenzhen, Chongqing, these cities have surpassed America and Europe. It is believed that China will surpass America by 2035. But how? How did China get rich so quickly? Why couldn't our country? Why couldn't a hard-working nation like Japan do it? There was no magic wand behind it. There was proper planning, vision, and dreams.
Hello, friends. In today's video, we will see the story of this extraordinary transformation of China.
Watch the video till the end. A lot of inspiring and educational information awaits. Let's get started.
The fall of China.
In 1937, Japan invaded China. 200,000 Chinese women were raped in one day. 15 million Chinese people died in World War II and the Civil War. Even though the communists won, China was further destroyed under Mao Zedong's rule. Ancient China was the richest country in the world. 25% of the world's GDP came from China. Silk, Silk Road, compass, gunpowder, paper, everything was born in China. But since 1773, the British have been destroying China through opium. China lost Hong Kong in the First Opium War. The century of humiliation began. Mao's Great Leap Forward and Four Plagues campaign caused 40 million people to starve to death. Schools and colleges were closed during the Cultural Revolution, and the educated were sent to the villages. In the 1970s, 80% of Chinese lived by farming. Cars were not seen on the roads. Millions of people died trying to swim to Hong Kong. The place was called the Cove of Corpses. Everyone thought that China would never recover. Deng Xiaoping's arrival. At that time, a 5'2" man was farming in a remote village, Deng Xiaoping. He was sent into exile for opposing Mao. When Mao died in 1976, Deng returned. He never became chairman or president, but his word was the last word. Deng's ideas were completely different. He said, "It doesn't matter if the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice." That is, any policy can be taken for the good of the country, not just Mao's ideology. Reform begins. In 1977, Deng opened schools and colleges. There were exams all over the country. 5.7 million children took the exams. Only 5% passed. He sent a team of 30 people to Europe. They came back and said, "Capitalism is the exact opposite of what we were told." Deng himself went to Japan and Singapore. He was amazed to see the 210 km/h speed train in Japan. After returning, he started showing this video to ordinary people to instill hope in them. In December 1978, Deng announced the opening up of China's economy. For the first time, America recognized China as a country. Deng visited America. Then he went to South China and declared Shenzhen a special economic zone. Shenzhen is right next to Hong Kong. Hong Kong companies built factories with cheap labor and tax-free facilities in China. This was China's first foreign investment. The model was so successful that the same rules were introduced in the entire coastal area. China called on the world for investment. Tax-free, cheap labor, everyone started coming. There was a revolutionary change in education. 9 years of basic education was made free and compulsory. Thousands of students went to study abroad. Deng said, Even 1 in 10 people return is beneficial. They returned and took the country forward in technology, becoming the world's factory. In the 1990s, companies like Samsung, Panasonic, and LG opened factories in China. China learned their technology. Local companies copied chips and captured the market. Today, China is the world's factory. It makes everything from needles to nuclear weapons. Between 1981 and 2012, China lifted 800 million people out of poverty. Today, the poverty rate is only 1%. China produces 25% of the world's electricity, 50% of coal, and 48% of smartphones. In 30 years, China has built infrastructure that America could not build in 100 years. In 2008, its own bullet train was launched. Today, China has a 5,000-kilometer bullet train network. $500 billion spent on research and development. China's leaders instilled hope in the people. They also changed their ideology for the sake of the country. Deng Xiaoping's dream has come true today. Friends, there is much to learn from the story of China. The right vision, education, foreign investment, and pragmatic policy. If you want a separate video on the dark side, let us know in the comments. If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.